Hughie Fury versus Andriy Rudenko. Slight disclaimer here, first on my part. I haven't actually watched the full fight. I tried searching for it on the Channel 5 website, couldn't get a link to it, didn't appear to be on the broadcast last night. Now, I've seen a sort of medium-length highlight package that's been doing the rounds. I've read several reports. First things first, the opponent, Andriy Rudenko, decent yardstick, decent fighter. I think he's something like 26-1 in terms of his record. His one loss was a debatable, very, very close fight with Browne that could have gone either way. Hughie fought him tonight in a 10-rounder, and the general consensus seems to be Hughie did very, very well indeed. Scorecards seem to suggest Hughie won 8 rounds to 2, 9 rounds to 1, and from what I could see in the highlights package, from what I could hear in terms of what commentators were saying and what the online reports were saying, Hughie boxed really, really well. His movement, his boxing pedigree, in terms of his amateur background, his jab, they were all in effect. What he proved tonight is against the best fighter he's ever been in with. Not only could he go 10 rounds, not only could he take a shot, Rudenko caught him a few times, but effectively, he really, really outboxed him and outclassed him. Now, funnily enough, I've just been having a debate in the comments section on one of my other videos regarding Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. Is it better for a fighter to be showing complete dominance over their opposition like Joshua in terms of walking through them in 30 seconds? Or is it better for a fighter to be tested like Joseph Parker, taken the distance by Sherman Williams, etc., cut in fights? Now, I'm of the school of thought that it's good for a young fighter to go through tests on their way up. Let's not forget that tonight, Hughie Fury, or last night even, Hughie Fury, he's a 20-year-old heavyweight. He's been inactive for the best part of a year. He's been physically unhealthy and unwell with this virus he's had, or not virus, intolerance, however you want to phrase it. And he's come out, he's not only went the distance, he's not only proven he can take a shot, but he's proven he can perform and outbox somebody at a much higher level than anyone he's ever fought before. I think it's really, really impressive. And from the highlights package I could see, he just looks to be a really skilled boxer, a really skilled mover. He seems to have, turned his amateur game into the pros well and becoming a real effective fighter. I really, really rate this guy, and I think at 20 years old, he's still growing into his massive frame. There's scope for him to be a very serious player in the heavyweight division. For me, Hughie Fury is a lot more proven at this stage than Anthony Joshua. He's proven he can go 10 rounds. He's proven he can take a punch. Even in the highlights package, you could see there were different facets to his game. Hughie was slipping shots, he was throwing a jab, he was able to rough the other guy up on the inside. He could get stuck in. He may not have the power of Anthony Joshua or of David Price, but maybe that will come as he grows into his frame and gets a bit more old and a bit more muscular. I don't know, we shall see. But for me, this performance really leapfrogs Hughie Fury in the heavyweight division. Andriy Rudenko, in terms of where I'd have him, I'd call him probably a top 50 heavyweight. I'd say that he's definitely not in the top 40, but certainly top 60, maybe top 50. His performance against Browne, he emerged with real credit. He proved he could go 12 rounds against a top fighter, or supposedly top fighter in Browne, and he was effective in, at the very least, several rounds of that fight, taking them away from Browne. A lot of people think he won that fight. Well, in my eyes, Hughie Fury today leapfrogged Browne. He showed much more boxing skill and much more dominance over Rudenko. But I also think Hughie Fury leapfrogged a lot of other prospects. Joseph Parker, who I'm a fan of. Anthony Joshua. Neither of these guys have beaten an opponent of Rudenko's level. If Rudenko fought the likes of Denis Baktov or Michael Sprott, he wins in my opinion. For me, Hughie's 10-round performance over this guy, not only did it answer questions about Hughie's chin, Hughie's stamina, but it's also a far more impressive opponent, as I say, than I believe Parker's been in with, or I believe Joshua's been in with. I think Rudenko goes through all of the fighters, those two guys. The other person I think he leapfrogs, funnily enough, is David Price. Who's the best guy David Price has actually beaten? Sexton, McDermott, maybe Andre Parla. This guy Price fought last night, Beto Acosta Jr. Let's be honest, Rudenko would have smashed him up. Rudenko really is, in my opinion, a decent top 50 heavyweight. And I think with the performance he put on last night, Hughie Fury, in my eyes, becomes a top 30 heavyweight. You know, maybe still just outside of the top 20. But he's leapfrogging probably top 25. He's leapfrogging guys like Joshua, leapfrogging guys like Parker, like Price, like Lucas Browne. These guys just haven't faced the opposition. And I think Hughie's scope for improvement is so much more than these guys. You know, he's been on well, he's so young, he's still physically developing, he's still got a lot more size to put on, more power to put on. He's probably rusty, ring rust, you know, from being out of the ring so long. I think this performance was so good, combined with the fact that Hughie is only going to get a lot better. I think it's real exciting times. I commend Peter Fury for the work he's doing with him. Obviously, Hughie's benefiting massively from being in the Tyson Fury camps, having access to all of that world-class sparring. I understand he's been sparring the likes of Eddie Chambers, Kevin Johnson, Sean Turner, heavyweight from Ireland, etc. So, real good work. Very impressive victory from Hughie. I'm hoping to have the opportunity to watch the full fight. If I do, I may post a follow-up video. But I think even without watching the fight, this dominant performance over Rudenko has not only answered questions, but really leapfrogged him up the rankings, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Many thanks for watching.